You're watching my favorite YouTube channel, Chillmonger. I identify as Chillmonger. These are the Black Panther 2 plot leaks. I should have probably said spoiler alert first, but spoiler alert, everybody. Black Panther 2. These plot leaks for the film have been released. I should also say these could be fake, but I'm going to pretend that they are real, give my thoughts on it, and then I'll recommend you watch K Dot because he went way longer. Lake Bell plays a scientist who's an original character. That's cool. Original characters are awesome. I googled who Lake Bell was. It was a white woman. All right, you need a little diversity in there. Isn't it cool how it works the other way around? The movie was so black. They're like, we need some diverse skin colors in here, and they went with a white folk. So mhm. Then it goes, she and her team searching for vibranium in the ocean thanks to a device made by Riri Williams. Oh, Riri's going to be more than just that girl there that we're doing to plug this thing on the side. She seems pretty integral to the plot here in this film. Hey, for the most part, I'm liking it so far. Original character, Riri Williams. Uh, Original character, period. And Riri Williams. Namor is awakened and kills her team. With Namor being a mutant, as we know, him being awakened, what does that mean? Was he in slumber the whole time? Was he just sleeping for the night and he gets like kind of awakened? I want to know what they mean exactly by awakened. And then it goes and says, T'Challa passes away from sickness. Ooh, that's basically the worst thing you could have done. Namor wants to kill Riri, but Wakanda protects her. Riri's first suit is made out of cars, but once she gets to Wakanda, she gets one made out of vibranium. I don't want her first to be made out of or second suit to be made of vibranium. The first one being made of cars, and I've seen the images. That's fine. It can look trash because it's the first one, and by comparison, the second one will look that much better. It's all about like. It's not even her movie. We're not worried about toys for Ironheart in this iteration, in her first appearance. This is the Black Panther toy selling theme or like season. We'll get to when she has her own show. And then she makes a suit out of vibranium. Man, you guys are supposed to be like more protective over vibranium. The rest of the world, didn't Ulysses Claw and didn't Wakabi's parents die over this stuff? And same with Killmonger's parents and all that, all the death and destruction. And now we're just giving Ironheart, this girl you just sort of met, an iron suit. It doesn't really add up to me. But she is Ironheart, the main character of Marvel Comics, soon to be MCU. War between Wakanda and Atlantis. That sounds interesting. Shuri's mom passes away. Queen Ramonda, Daniel RPK. Her name is Queen Ramonda, and parts of Wakanda are flooded. So it sounds like what happened in AVX. I can see what kind of era of comics that they're adapting 2009 ish to 2012 ish. Shuri makes an artificial flower to gain back the Black Panther powers and gain the ancestral plane. That's whack to me. That's something that's mystical. However, and they are not recasting T'Challa, and they're gonna write this into the story. If you're gonna not recast T'Challa, they're gonna have to do something like this. I just still disagree with not recasting the Black Panther guy called T'Challa majorly, but this was what you were gonna do if you weren't gonna do that. Artificial flower. She expects T'Challa. She meets Killmonger instead. Oh, so he's not dead. Dead. I kind of like that. That's kind of like a little bit of hopefulness, a little optimism in there. That maybe the reason he wasn't in the ancestral plane was because he actually is alive. He's not sick. He's just froze. His heartbeat just moved really slow. You thought he died. Shout out Superman. He helps her become the new Black Panther. Killmonger? Oh, okay, that one's bizarre. Shuri makes her own Black Panther suit. Well, duh. She made his. And Killmonger's. Big war between the two nations. Shuri defeats Namor, but doesn't kill him. Okay, cool. It's good to know that Namor is not going to die. But if Shuri's able to defeat him, I hope she uses intellect, and I hope it's more another a cool battle rather than another kind of speech. Because what happened with Multiverse of Madness was sort of America Chavez gave Wanda an emotional epiphany. What happened in Thor: Love and Thunder? Thor and Jane, they were looking at Gore and giving him that you got to choose love. You can't just make your wish to kill gods, quote unquote gods. And Bast wasn't in that movie. And then we get post credit scene. Sorry. It's Nakia tells Shuri that she has a son from T'Challa. What? So did this son from T'Challa, is it like a baby, or is it we had kids from years prior? Is it, hey, right before the blip, we had a kid, or I got pregnant, and then 5 years later have passed. Here's my baby now. He's a 5-year-old. You didn't know because you were blipped too. How? I dislike this. I also don't like that there's going to be a child of T'Challa who's raised without T'Challa. I don't like. Did they think, oh well, we need a Black Panther. We need a man to be the Black Panther and the king. Yeah, this will be our new T'Challa. We'll call him T'Challa. Like, are they trying to do Nick Fury, the second Nick Fury? Remember how the first one was white, but like the grand kid of Nick Fury, the black one with eye patch that looks like Sam Jackson, that's also Nick Fury. Are they trying to do that with him? No one will notice. And then in a few years, we'll have another T'Challa. This will be great. Like, oh, they're thinking long term. Like the MCU is going to be here for years. It's not, guys. The MCU is going to fold in about 10 years because all the actors will be too old. If you think new actors and new characters will replace, nah. Captain America's gone, Thor's gone, Iron Man is gone. Those are the biggest, those will be the biggest ones who will be gone, the biggest heroes. Mark Ruffalo is going to be old as hell. And maybe he could still do Hulk because he's CGI. But like Captain Marvel, she'll go from she's like 32 right now. She'll be like 42. That's not no can't no have no 42-year-old superhero. I mean, you be in good shape, but you're not in superhero shape at 40. Barely. Not it won't be impressive, I think. I think that the MCU will come to a conclusion, and it's not like we're planning ahead. Hey, we're gonna have this T'Challa guy for years. You're gonna run out. You're gonna run out of stories for like Ms. Marvel, not Spider Man. You got Spider Man for 10 years, solid. But everyone else, the time is gonna expire. I'm gonna go back to this. The post credit scene is that they filmed with a stand-in Doctor Doom, which is thought to be the one who sent Lake Bell's team. It's kind of interesting that T'Challa debuted in a Fantastic Four book, and now we're getting him introduce this Fantastic Four villain. Kind of poetic, kind of rhymes, as George Lucas would say. This is a film that is sort of I'm not high on. I'm very low on. I want it to fail. No T'Challa, no ticket. Seems like the way to go. These leaks where they're gonna have T'Challa die of a sickness are enough to turn me off. I am disgusted, and I don't want to watch this movie. I don't want this movie to fail. Sorry, no, I do want it to fail. I want it to flop. I want it to make such little money that they go, oh, we should have just recast it. Okay, let's just make a new story. We'll write in that T'Challa is alive. We'll include that in a post-credit scene of the next like Avengers movie, and then we can do Black Panther 3. That's what I want. The more this movie fails, the more likely I'll get a recast. Poor decision. That's what I think about it. Why don't you guys check out what KDOT thinks about it? Because KDOT's video is right on the side of my face. It's kind of bit on the side of my face, and I was ignoring it. But now I'm not. Click on it.